guys, how y'all doing? I hope that you had a lovely Monday and lovely start to your week. And yeah, I just hope that you're in a little bit of better spirits with regards to us going on to level 3 so you can start exercising more whenever you want. No curfew. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of limitations, unfortunately, but one step closer, I guess, to having our freedom back. But yes, I hope you guys are doing well. And then to tonight's session, I'm going to do a lovely standing session with you guys. So let's get started. So something I haven't really done with you guys before is a lovely roll down. If you find you have lower back problems, please only roll down halfway. It's quite loaded on the back to lift all the way back up from going down towards the floor. But if you're comfortable with rolling all the way down towards the floor, then go for it and just enjoy. Okay, so we're going to start standing with our feet parallel, fist distance apart. The knees are soft, so we don't have them locked. We're standing tall. We inhale. Exhale, gently nod the chin to the chest. Leave a little gap between the chin and the chest if you can. Sink that chest in deeply. Let the arms just hang naturally and roll down through the spine as much as you can. Once you're as far as you can go with your spine, start hinging at the pelvis and continue rolling down towards the floor. The arms are completely relaxed and hanging. So imagine you got like 2 heavy weights in your hands and they're just really lengthening your arms out towards the floor. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, we pull that navel in towards the spine. Gently tuck the pelvis underneath you to give that spine a lovely base to restack. The arms are still completely relaxed, shoulders relaxed, and we lengthen tall through the crown at the end. And let's go again. We inhale. Exhale, nodding the chin first. We're working through one vertebra at a time. We sink that chest in deeply to really open up the back of that spine. The arms are hanging naturally. Now, if your lower back gives you issues, this is where you pause. If you don't have any issues, you can continue hinging at the pelvis to roll down. Eyes looking at the thighs so we can open up the back of the neck. We hold for the inhale. Exhale, pull that belly in towards that spine nice and tight as we restack that spine one vertebra at a time. Lengthening beautifully tall at the top. And we're just going to do one more. We inhale. Exhale, gently nodding the chin, sinking that chest in deep. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Arms and shoulders completely relaxed. Eyes to the thighs and roll down as far as what's comfortable for you. We hold for the inhale. We exhale. Make sure the weight is equal between the front and back of the feet as we scoop that navel in and gently restack that spine beautifully tall at the top. Lovely. Okay, so now we're going to go into some lovely side bends. So it's just keeping the stance that you have. Make sure that the pelvis is in neutral so your pubic bone and hip bones are in the same line as each other. Ribs gently laced, lengthening tall through that spine. We inhale to lift the right arm up. Body is still straight. You only bring the arm as close to the ear as you can, keeping spine straight, arm straight and shoulder down low. We then exhale to side bend. Keep the hips over the feet as we side bend. So I don't want the hips reaching out to the side. All right. And it's a lovely lengthened C curve. We're not crouching down and collapsing as much as possible. We inhale here. We exhale to pull the ribs down on the right to restack. And then we bring that arm down. All right, let's swap sides. We inhale to lift that left arm, spine straight, arm straight, shoulder low. Exhale, side bend to the right, pure flexion to the side, so no rotation forwards or backwards in that upper body. Good. Hips staying over those feet. We inhale. Exhale and pull the ribs in on the right hand side to restack. And we bring that arm down. Beautiful. And let's go again with that right arm. Inhale, lifting the right arm. The ribs are still laced. Shoulder low and out of the ear. We exhale to side bend. Keeping hips over those feet. Holding for the inhale. Exhale, pull the ribs in on the right so we get the core to assist in restacking that spine, and we bring the arm down. And we're going to go one more with the left arm. We inhale to lift that left arm, shoulder down low. Exhale to side bend to the right. Good. Right arm just dangling naturally. Inhale there. And exhale, use the core to help lift the body back up and bring that arm down. Lovely. Okay. So now we're going to do some work where we stabilize the pelvis while we move that upper body. Okay. So I want you to cross one arm over the other. So the forearms are in line with each other and the arms are just below shoulder height. Now we want to make sure that our hip bones always stay facing forward. We have no rotation happening in the spine at all, in the hips, just that upper body. All right, so we inhale to prepare. We start with the eye line. As we exhale, we gently start looking to the right, soon followed by the shoulders and then that rib cage. Feel like your left hip is going back and away in the opposite direction. That way we keep the pelvis steady instead of it following the rotation. We hold for the inhale. Exhale, pull the navel in towards the spine to help restack. Reversing that sequence. Rib cage, shoulders, and then eye line. Just make sure you haven't hinged your pelvis forward and the upper body back. We want to make sure we're in a beautiful straight line. We're going to go over to the left. We inhale. Exhale, start looking to the left with the eye line. Start following with the shoulders and then that rib cage. Keep the right hip back and away in the opposite direction to your upper body. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, pull the navel in. Bring the rib cage back. Bring the shoulders back. And the eye line is the last thing to follow. We're going to go one more in each direction. We inhale. Exhale, eye line looking to the right, shoulders following, rib cage following, left hip feeling like it's going back and away, and the shoulders are still down low and out of the ears. Inhale here, still lengthening tall through that spine. Exhale, pull the navel in, bring the rib cage back, bring the arms back, bring that eye line forward. All right, we're going to have one more over to the left. We inhale. Exhale, looking over to the left, shoulders then following, rib cage following, rib cage laced, right hip back and away from the front of the room. We inhale here, we exhale to pull the abdominals in to bring the rib cage back, bring the arms back, bring that eye line forward. Lovely, you can lower the arms and just roll those shoulders out for me. All right, and then we change the direction. Fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to do some rib cage closure standing. So again, I'm just going sideways so that you can see my body a bit better. So we still have that fist distance apart, feet parallel, soft knees, neutral pelvis, ribs laced, reach tall through the crown of the head. Arms down by the sides of the body. We inhale. Exhale, sink down in those shoulders, start reaching through the pinkies as we start taking the arms up and overhead. We only take the arms as high as we can, keeping the rib cage laced, the shoulders out of those ears. We inhale then to bring that arm back down to the side of the body. And let's go again. We exhale, shoulders down low, reaching from the armpits through the pinkies and forward. As we take the arms up and over, feel those shoulder blades wrapping around the outside of the rib cage. Inhaling as we lower those arms, all the way back down to the sides of the body. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. We inhale. Exhale, shoulders low, reaching through the pinkies. Start lifting those arms. Once the arms go above shoulder height, that's when the scapula start wrapping around the sides of the rib cage. The ribs must stay beautifully laced and the shoulders beautifully low. Arms are still straight, fingers are still straight, and we inhale to bring the arms back down. All right, we're going to go for 1 more. We exhale, shoulders low, reaching through the fingers as we're lifting those arms up. Shoulders out of the ears, shoulder blades wrapping around, ribs still laced, pelvis in neutral, weight equal in the feet. Inhale to bring those arms back down to the sides of the body. Fantastic. Okay, we're now going to move down to the legs. So let's get those outside glutes working a little bit, and then we'll start getting some rotation going inside those hips, okay? So have the feet a little bit wider than a fist distance apart for me. We're now going to incorporate a little bit of balance into this move. So we're going to shift all the weight onto that left foot for me. Make sure that left glute stays engaged and we still straighten the leg. I don't want you sinking in and hanging into that hip. Make sure we still stay active. We're trying to stabilize in that left hip. All right. So place your hands on your hips. All the weight on that left leg. Left knee gently bent. And then we lift and hover the right foot off the floor. Now, if you can, keep the foot off the floor for each movement. If you need to lower the foot to tap it down to regain your balance, perfectly fine as well. But do as much as you can without that assistive. We want to make sure the hips stay steady and the upper body stays nice and still. We're isolating the movement in our right hip. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, take the right leg out to the side. You only take it out as far as you can, keeping the upper body steady and making sure that the hips stay still. We inhale to bring the leg back in. So I don't want to see the upper body tilting with the leg to try and get extra range of motion. We're not working in that hip at all. All right, so let's go for number 2. We exhale, take the right leg out to the side. Make sure that right hip is not compromised for range of motion. Inhale to bring it back in. Good. You should feel that left glute working a little bit because that left knee is softly bent. And let's go. We exhale and we take that leg out for 3. Make sure that pelvis hasn't rotated backwards or forwards. And we inhale to bring the leg back in. And we're going to go for 2 more. We exhale to take that leg out and away. Upper body stays nice and still. And inhale, bring the leg in. Make sure you gently have that pelvic floor lifted, navel to spine. And last one, exhale, taking the leg out. And inhale, back in. Place the foot on the floor and just shake the legs out a little bit. All right. We're now going to move over to the opposite side. So we shift all the weight into the right foot. Soft bend in the right knee. All right, make sure we're still lengthening beautifully up and out of that hip. And then we just lift the left foot off the floor. All right, we inhale to prepare. Exhale, take the leg out to the side, keeping that left hip stable. Inhale to bring the leg back in. Keep the rib cage gently laced as we exhale out for 2. Make sure that upper body is staying still. Inhale to bring the leg back in. Keep that soft bend in the right knee. And we exhale out for 3. Good. And inhale, bring that leg back in. We have 2 more. We exhale to take the leg out for 4. Good. Inhale back in. Pelvis is still nice and steady. Last one, isolating the movement inside those hips. Good. Inhale, bring the leg in, place the foot down, and just shake it all out for me. So now we're going to do some hip circles while standing. Okay, so again, have your feet roughly fist distance apart. We're going to shift all the weight back into that left leg for me. Okay, our hands are on the hips again. Now, when we lift the leg up, I want you to only lift the knee as high as you can, still maintaining your balance. And the highest I want it to go is 90 degrees at that hip and knee. All right, and again, we want to make sure we don't sink into that left hip while we're doing the work. We want to draw that hip in, lengthen tall, and we've got our lovely stability going in that hip then, okay? All right, so all the weight in that left foot, soft bent knee. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lifting the right leg up, bending it at 90 degrees at the hip. In this position, I want you to just drop your right hip down towards the floor a little bit. Often when we lift that right leg, the right hip lifts as well, and then we no longer have the alignment between the two hips. So sink that right hip down a little bit, and we still have that left glute sucked in towards the midline. All right, so we exhale to lift that leg up. We now inhale to take the knee out to the side, but make sure that right hip stays forward. We don't want it moving with the knee to try and increase range of motion, because we're not really. All right. Then we lower the toe down to the floor, and then we bring the knee back to in front of us. All right, so let's do that again. We exhale to lift the right leg up. We're sinking down in that right hip. Inhale to take the knee out to the side. Keep the right hip forward. We lower the toe to the floor on the exhale. We inhale to bring the knee straight again. Let's go one more in that direction. We exhale to lift the right knee up. Good. Inhale, take the right knee out and away, keeping that pelvis still and steady. So it might reduce your range of motion. Perfectly fine. And lower the toe down on the exhale. Inhale, rotate the knee forward. We're now going to do 3 in the opposite direction. Okay, so we still have a bent knee, we're still on the toe on the right foot. We inhale to prepare. Align. We inhale to open the knee out to the side for me. Again, make sure that right hip hasn't opened backwards, it's staying steady. We exhale to lift the leg up to hip height. Inhale, bring the knee forward, and exhale to lower to tap the toe on the floor. And let's go again. We exhale to take the knee out to the side. We still have that left glute firing up. We exhale to lift the right knee up. Inhale to bring the right knee back to center. And exhale to lower the toe to the floor. All right, just make sure those hips are still staying nice and still. Last one on this leg. We inhale to rotate the knee out to the side. Exhale to lift the knee up to hip height. Make sure that right hip is still facing forward. Inhale to bring the knee to the front. And inhale, lower the foot down, and we shake it all out. I can feel the footwork I'm getting in my left foot. So underneath my foot is working because it's stabilizing. All right, so, and we have another side. Okay, so let's see if this side is a little bit more challenging or easier for you, depending on the strength of that hip. Okay, so we put all the weight in the right foot, soft bend in that right knee. Just lift the heel of the left foot off the floor so that left knee is bent in front of you. All right, we are sinking low in that left hip, right glute sucking in. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the leg up to hip height. Now keep that left hip facing forward as we inhale to open the knee out to the side. We exhale to lower the toe to the floor, and we inhale to bring the knee back to center. So this side is a little less stable for me, so I'm actually wobbling a little bit. So I need to pull in and engage and lift into this right hip a little bit more. All right, so let's try that, and let's go again. We exhale to lift that left knee up. Inhale, opening out to the side. Good, I'm much better on this one. I hope you guys are too. Inhale, lower the toe to the floor, and exhale, bring the knee in. We have one more in this direction on this side, so let's go. We exhale to lift the left knee up. Inhale, open the knee out to the side. Keep that left hip facing forward. Keep that right glute pulled in. We're lengthening tall through that right leg. We lower the toe onto the floor. We bring the knee back to center. We're going to swap directions. We inhale to externally rotate. We take the knee out and away. Keep that left hip facing forward. We exhale to lift the leg up. We're still pulling in that right glute. We then bring the knee forward and we lower the toe down onto the floor. And let's go again. Inhale, knee out. Right, left hip still facing forward. Exhale to lift the knee up. Make sure that right glute stays engaged and firing so we don't shift our weight to the right as we lift that left leg. We bring the knee forward and we lower the toe down. We have one more. And inhale, take the left knee out to the side. Left hip facing forward. Keep that right glute firing. Soft knee on the right. We exhale to lift that left knee up to hip height. Inhale to bring the knee forward. And then we lower that toe down to the floor and we shake it all out. All right, so we're going to finish off with some calf raises. But I'm going to challenge you to doing them with your eyes closed. So we actually have to use our internal to keep balance versus relying on our visual to help us keep balance. Okay, so if you're worried about falling over, please just stand next to a wall so that you've got that safety net there if you need it. Okay, you also only lift the heels as high as you can, maintaining your balance. All right, so have the feet roughly fist distance apart, toes facing forward. We have the pelvis in neutral, ribs laced, lengthen tall out of that neck. We close our eyes, inhale to prepare. Think of driving up to the ceiling instead of forward. Exhale, pull that pelvic floor up, navel to spine, lifting through the middle of the body towards the ceiling, only as high as you can, maintaining your balance. And then inhale with control, lower the heels down onto the floor. So don't just flop the heels down. We have 3 more. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, pelvic floor, navel to spine. Draw up towards the ceiling as we lift up onto those toes for me, through the crown of that head. Good, going as high as what you can, maintaining your balance. And control yourself down to the floor with the heels as you inhale. And let's go again. Exhale, zipping up the inner thighs, feel those glutes firing. Good. Driving up to the ceiling with the crown of the head. And inhale to lower down with control. We have 1 more. Really feel like you're trying to squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze those glutes together. Pelvic floor lifting. Exhale, rising up. Use the exhale to pull the navel in. Ribs laced. Reaching tall through the crown. Beautiful. And inhale, control yourself down. And that is us for the evening. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you enjoyed it. Just a nice gentle session just to bring a bit of awareness back into that body versus working it hard and fast. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you managed to be connected, mind and body, and I hope that you're feeling a little bit more refreshed. Have a lovely evening, guys. Bye.